Yo, what up? This Bug Out from the Thanks for Asking podcast. You're now tuning in to the No Label Network. Check them out. Them niggas is dope. Check them out. All right. We back at you. Welcome back to the No Label Show. We got a special edition show today. We're gonna be talking about black fathers and the challenges they face. I'll give you the topic and we're going more depth. But we got a special guest here too. To my right.
Dion,
Talk to him. Tell him who you are.
Dion Latin coming in from North Carolina, man. Just coming up here to provide a little perspective.
Highways and the byways. You see that? So when we out in the street, we ain't on the street. We on the road too. To my left, who we got? Y'all already know him.
Again.
All right. And me none other than the Fly. So okay, man. So the topic, we're gonna talk about what are some of the challenges of being. I'm gonna take that. Excuse me for that interruption. What are some of the challenges of being a black father in USA? And what influences has your own father had on you? So again, I'm gonna read that back to you, man. What are some of the challenges of being a black father in the USA? Whew, ain't that something? That's a deep one there. All right, man. We gonna expound on it. We're gonna talk about it on what some of those challenges we faced, and how our own father influenced us with dealing with those challenges. So D, give me something, man. What you think about that topic, man? I mean, what's that question?
Well, for me, being someone that grew up without my biological father in the picture,
okay.
I think that brought its own set of challenges as well as being a black father in the U.S. I did, however, have a stepfather who filled the role as best as he possibly could, which I think that's what we all have to do, is, be the best father that we can be, regardless of the challenges that we face, because life itself is a challenge. But, being a black person in America is a challenge. And trying to be a black father because, systematically they have tried to remove us from the home and, to try to circumvent all those types of things, staying out of trouble, as far as incarceration and that type of thing, making sure you at work on time, you at work every day, stuff like that, Yeah, it sounds pretty basic, but it's real.
I think not to stop your bill, but I think in answering that question on somewhat of the challenges, we first have to deal with what is being a father.
Yeah.
So I think if we start with that and define what being a father might mean, then we can go on to the challenges of what that entails. And what you think, Ant?
I totally agree. Being a father is a 24-hour, 7-day week thing.
Mm-hmm. Please, give me more.
Your kid, from when this child is born until you're not here no more.
Oh.
Just because your child might, come of age and move into adulthood, you still don't stop being a father.
So that's a lifelong obligation?
Yes.
A commitment, should I say?
Both.
Obligation and commitment. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
It
so you can't turn it on and off?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know. What's some of the roles of being a father? Give me a couple of roles of being a father.
Provider.
So that means you got to go out and get that bacon, that cheese,
cheese.
that all of that. And the eggs, because the eggs are sky high right now too. So if you can afford to buy some eggs, he's a piece of he can put a roof over your. He can feed you. Is it his duty to put a roof over your head too?
Yeah, a father. The male species is hunted by nature.
I like that. Hunter by nature.
You can't give up the hunt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hunt for food, you gotta hunt for clothes, you gotta hunt for shelter.
Gotcha.
You gotta hunt for all that. Women are nurturers by nature.
Gotcha.
They carry a child
for 9 months.
For term.
Mm-hmm.
Could end up being 9 months, could be premature.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever that term is, you're right. Good.
So, their natural thing is to nurture, care for, but we living in a society that's shifted somewhat, because
that role to the woman.
You need
and that because,
2 incomes or, sometimes, they don't pay us like, you can be on a job and doing the same job as
your
X,
counterpart. Mm-hmm.
But because
you can say it on this show, white folk, you can say it on this show.
White folk or whatever.
You can be doing the same job as white folk and get half of what he get.
Yeah, or considerably less. And doing this exact same thing.
Right.
Which, that becomes a challenge because you can't provide in the same manner as he is for your family.
And as a father, you got to accept that because your role is to protect, to feed, right? To room, shelter, board, and all of that.
Yeah.
And
teach.
And teach.
Yes.
And teach. Because I say, men, from boys to men, you got to teach them from how to being a boy to be grown into being a man. So, all right, so if you're not doing all of those things, you might be borderline and on the father duties. You might not be a real father. So is all of the boxes got to be checked, or is it just some of the boxes? Can you feed them? Can you feed them, clothe them, and keep a roof over their head, and just go to work and come back and just be a solid? After that, is that being a father?
Different circumstances change that.
Talk about it.
Being that, you got with a woman, everything in the beginning was good, then y'all fell off. Now, y'all not together anymore. So, as I said earlier, father is a 24-hour, 7-day thing. But now you're not in the household 24 hours and 7 days because you and the woman didn't make it.
All right.
But that's still no excuse.
Yeah.
You still got to take care of your kids.
Right.
So, which falls back into their obligation and commitment.
Right. Exactly. And some fathers don't do that.
Or some men.
Right.
Would say that because
the father don't do that.
The father's the title.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the father is a verb word to me. It's an action word.
You know
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ain't no days off. Ain't no seconds off.
Bringing a child into the world doesn't make you a father.
No.
Yeah. You're right.
You still got things you have to do. You have to have conversation with that child. You have to pick that child up from school, or even if the child falls, you got to be there to pick them back up, motivate them to continue to keep pushing forward.
You have to be a strong presence in his life, so that's what they know what a strong presence is.
Yeah, preparing them for what's next, because we all are going to be here for a short period of time. So you want to prepare them for life after yourself as well. Not only life after yourself, but life after school, you know what I'm saying? Once they graduate out of the school system, to talk to them about work,
work ethics,
Yeah, work ethics, you know what I'm saying? Skills, what kind of, career path you're trying to go on, what's important to you, morals, values, all those things have to be passed on.
Okay, so now that we're talking about those things that you inherit from a father figure, right?
Yeah.
Of your father. Let's move off into was some of those things. Did you learn some of those things from your father? And I think you mentioned earlier that he wasn't present, or what's your situation? Did you learn that from?
So,
Mhm.
My mother and father had me when they were in high school.
Okay.
And, you know, so he took the route of he wasn't ready for a child, ready to be a father.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
he joined the Navy and skipped out on his responsibility.